Good afternoon. I will start with a quote by a Dutch researcher, Challingi, saying that the story of cities and nature is both a love story and a battle. This quote inspires me as a researcher. I study urban nature, green spaces of the city. We are all familiar with them and have an image of urban parks, green streets, and gardens. We might easily think that they simply exist in the city. However, urban nature and green spaces are the result of urban planning. They are the result of constant negotiations between city and nature. And in these negotiations, I have been particularly interested in the synergies and tensions between nature and urban planning, love stories and battles. And I have also looked how these negotiations have changed and are actually constantly changing. Urban nature is not a fixed notion. It's in continuous flux. It's closely linked with changing ideals of urban planning, changing ideas of good living environment, for example, appropriate density. As we here see the two very different ideas of urban nature. I will now take you on a tour in urban nature in the city, and I will first illustrate the changing ideas of urban nature with examples from Finnish urban planning. And I start with Garden City, the famous Tapiola. Low density, lush and sparse housing area where nature was a starting point for urban planning. An existing landscape, forests and meadows were preserved. Tapiola was an anti-urban ideal where nature was an escape from the noise, congestion and pollution of the city. Greenery meant well-being and healthy living environment, harmony between city and nature. The next ideal is then the compact city and its constructed urban greenery, with Itä-Pasila as its emblem. And in this urban ideal, high density and urbanity were highlighted. Existing nature was demolished and urban green was constructed anew. Nature was, in a way, excluded from the city. It was something to be preserved outside the city. Then the third period, ecological city, emphasized nature as a sustainability strategy, a greening principle. This is evident in Viikki, where nature was manifested in ecological innovations such as stormwater management and urban gardening, but not as traditional green areas. And now a very interesting question is, of course, where are we now? Since 2010, cities have started to grow inwards, to densify instead of expanding outward. And I call this the new compact city model. Are we then experiencing a love story or a battle between city and nature? I would say both. The new compact city embodies a dichotomy. On one hand, it stresses the benefits of urban nature, but on the other hand, green areas are contested and diminished by urban densification. So let's look at this confrontation, these battles more closely. In my research, I study planning discourses and narratives. And in planning discourse, it's words that matter. Decisions on stories that are told and those that remain untold. So storytelling in urban planning is a powerful agent of change. So I will start with words. Compact, to press together, to make up connections, to knit together, or as an adjective, solid, having a dense structure, efficient use of space. So very positive things. In compact city thinking, densification, compactness aims at intensifying land use and protecting undeveloped land. Densification is seen as a remedy for a variety of environmental and social ills. It's an answer to climate change and social segregation. It's all possible good things. Sustainable, carbon neutral, energy efficient. It promotes vitality and well-being. I have here an example of Stockholm's Hagastad, one of the new very dense urban areas, with the title, "This is how Hagastad is going to look like." And I visited it last summer. And this is how it looked. So we know that compact city is not all good things, even though it's often presented as such. Several scholars have demonstrated the negative effects of densification. We have read about flooding, about urban heat island. We know about lack of biodiversity, lack of recreational facilities, decreasing well-being. So I became curious. Why are we doing this? Continuing to build too dense cities? What has happened in urban planning? So I started to read critically urban planning documents, and starting with the new comprehensive plan of Helsinki. And I detected three dramatic and quite problematic shifts in planning. And through them, I want to reveal you another side of compact city thinking. So this is the first one. Nature does not belong in the city. In compact city discourse, the green is seen as the antithesis of the urban. New compact city stresses urbanity and vitality, urban green spaces, not traditional parks, forests, or nature-based qualities. My second critical point is only compact nature fits in compact city. The problem with the compact city is that there is not enough space for nature or large green areas. That is why nature needs to be compact. Small pocket parks, green squares, green streets, green roofs, which save space and fit in the dense urban structure. And the last one is green is seen as obstacles for growth. At a city level, the established planning philosophy has a long time been preserving connected green networks. But this is now replaced by strengthening the cohesion of urban structure. And in this discourse, green areas are perceived as obstacles for growth. This is the highly contested proposal to build in the Central Park. So, I see many critical aspects in my reading of today's compact city. But I see also hope. I see possibilities to integrate nature and the built. I see possibilities for love stories. And I want to end by highlighting 4 aspects that I regard as essential for the greener compact city. First is multifunctionality of nature. Urban nature responds to many societal challenges at the same time. Climate change mitigation, stormwater management, biodiversity, well-being. We need to find synergies between these different aspects. This is the new climate park in Copenhagen, Enghaveparken, that solves the challenges of flooding. It's surrounded by a wall and serves as a water basin in extreme rain events. But at the same time, it serves as a recreational space for sports. Multi-species city. We need to rethink for whom we plan and build the city. We need to support well-being for both humans and non-humans. And this means that we have to broaden the concept of urban nature. How green spaces look like, how they are maintained. What is the aesthetics of this new urban nature? This is a crossroads in the center of Copenhagen, a new kind of urban wilderness in the middle of the city. Greening the city, preserving and strengthening urban nature in cities. This is a shift that is taking place in numerous big cities. For example, Paris is planting 170,000 trees in 4 years to strengthen climate resilience of the city, to mitigate climate change and urban heat island. And to accelerate this shift, we need efficient tools and monitoring principles in urban planning. My favorite is this new internationally acknowledged 3-30-300 rule by Cecile Konynendijk. And this means that every citizen should be able to see at least 3 trees from their home. And second is that urban neighborhoods should have at least 30% tree canopy cover, referring to the area that is shaded by trees. And the third rule is about accessibility. A green space should be within a maximum distance of 300 meters from home. My last aspect is multidisciplinary collaboration. Wicked problems such as climate change need collaboration across scales, across disciplines, across administration. We need to break down the silos in administration and bridge the gap between nature and the built environment. For example, nature conservation and climate strategies. These need to be tackled together. To conclude, I have illustrated the battles and love stories between nature and city. And there have been ups and downs in this relationship. But most important is to understand that these two entities cannot be separated. They need to be solved together. When we take care of urban nature, it takes care of us. Thank you.